G'day, guys. Chapter 2, part 2, whatever it may be. We're talking about horror movies, but also we were just off air chatting a little bit about our spiritual awakening. So what we're going to do in this one is probably the goals we have for what we want to be as people. And I was talking, this is the lovely Jacinta in California now. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
Los Gatos.
Yeah, exactly. So we sort of got, we got very similar sort of outlooks. I mean, a lot of people got outlooks, but I think we're very similar in a way where we're looking at where the white lighters in any type of relationship we go to, and now we're actually focusing on ourselves. Now, tell us about that. Finish that story about the horror movie in that house, and
Okay.
what was the lesson? What was the lesson for you?
The lesson, the big lesson was
Don't go in there. Don't go in there without protection. Don't go out there with hang on. Don't go out there with one of them without one of these green without some green crystals. Because they'll come and get you. They'll come and get you. They'll eat us alive. We're white lighters. They'll eat us alive.
Oh my God.
So what was it? So what was your lesson out of that?
Out
of the Texas. I
mean, it was so fun to talk about and dream about this farm, like this, like the idea of it, right? That I had all these ideas. Like, it was also gonna, because my grandmother had apple trees, so I was like, I am gonna make apple pies. Oh, Liberty! I was gonna grow Liberty apples.
Yep.
And make freedom pies. Like, I don't know, everything I
what's in a freedom pie? What's in a freedom pie?
Just like, I don't know, I think I was just gonna like bake it thinking about like free thinkers,
Well,
like here's like, eat this and like free your mind, people, like, just
okay,
open
it's
yourself
ladies
up.
ladies and gentlemen, we're available now. Jacinta's freedom pies at jacintakey.com.au. That's great.
Like, it still may come about
because
awesome.
I
still think it's a really good idea.
I reckon so.
Yeah.
It's all in the vibration of mind, and what we give out is positive energy. You know what I mean? We get, this pie will free you. I mean, let's be honest. We're working on subconscious programming here.
Totally. And I was just thinking, like, also the apples, like there's not, I don't know what's going on with our produce, but I think the mass farming, like, I can't find Liberty apples, and I know they're out there.
Yeah,
so
I know what's going on.
Maybe I just need to.
We all know what's going on. We won't go down that path yet.
So growing.
So what was your lesson out of that?
Okay.
So what was the lesson?
So the big lesson was, reality, and my ideas and reality don't always match. And so, like, learning about myself, like, go to the farm first, check it out. Is this really gonna fit you? Because somebody else might have been able to go there and been like, I can do that. Like, I can handle doing some of this labor that it was going to take on my own, and I can live this lifestyle and be happy enough. But for me, that was just, I just like being around people too much, and I don't really, I didn't have the desire to like put in the like grunt work that I was gonna have to like do floors and all this stuff, right? And then the back of my mind is like, well, maybe later on, because what I also realized, like, I need the crew, like the people to come with me, or a few people that would want to.
Okay, I'll give you my scenario. It makes total sense. Yeah. I'm doing so I've always said I've got all these gifts, got this hype, got this energy. So you've got the laugh and smile, I've got the hype energy, right? So until I worked out, I go, what am I going to give them? I've done massage, myotherapy, I can do all that, fix people's backs, all that kind of stuff. But there's more to life than just, the physical's here, but what about the mental stuff and what we've gone through and giving purpose on what we've done? So going through the shadow work, going through with Greg Riley, understanding where I'm coming from. And when I went on this trip, it all came together with what I'm doing. Anything I'm doing, I put my heart and soul in, which you will do. But it's basically with the chats, getting people to connect, getting people to increase their vibe, and also helping people find themselves. And I think that's a general statement, but we do it in different ways. And that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
What did you find? What did you find?
I mean, I feel like now I think I try to uplift people in a generally when I'm out in the
Well, you do
world.
it. Well, you can tell that. I mean, you know, essentially that's why we get on well. I mean, you know, you've always had that fun vibe like that. You know, like I say in Charm, that I don't know what I don't know, the muses, I think they're called. That they jump around and they jump around the forest and they're all happy and all that, but they spread love and stuff. That's the sort of kind of person I see you as.
Music. Oh,
A
okay.
muse. It's called a muse. It's like a guide. It's like a guide, eh? But sort of like through I sense through sound and music and movement. That's how you're gonna do it. You move. Yeah.
Yeah. So lately, so I came back from Missouri. It did, I was like, okay, that's not the
It's not the journey.
I was not feeling the like Pet Cemetery like vibes.
Okay, let's go. Pet
Cemetery. And I'm out. Yeah.
Or Freddy Krueger, whoever you want to pick. Michael Myers was behind you now.
Yeah. So then I learned another thing about so I was in a predicament because I didn't have a clear vision of like what to do after it because I had put all this like this is what it's gonna happen and then I'm gonna be there for a while, working on this project. And so I was like, I'm so lost right now. Like, where do I go? And I was thinking maybe go back to Phoenix, California. And my old job at the time was like, do you want to come back? We have your positions open again. And, that stable job, I was like, okay, so I ended up going back to that. So I was like, I guess I'm going back. And it felt like a compromise, I would say I wasn't like going
because your vibrations gone way up because you've actually found yourself. I'm in the same stuff. I get you. Because once you get out of that vibe and you sort of find life outside jail, if you want to go that way.
Yeah, it's hard to go back. And it was hard for me. And there was parts of like California when I was leaving that I felt like I didn't quite complete, like or just had started making connections. And there was definitely some things I was like, and I love California. I mean, it's beautiful here, the weather, I mean, the whole nature. So there was like enough to get me back. But I would say in my heart, I felt like I didn't feel great about it. I feel like it was like more of making a choice out of fear.
It was a step backwards type thing. It
felt like a step. It felt like it hurt. It hurt maybe I just felt like I think I was going through. I feel like a failure because I didn't create the dream that I thought I was.
Yeah, well, that's what we go through it. I think we've got to come to a point where, there is a form of balance. But once we find ourselves like you and me have, we still have to live in this life. So we've still got to accept what we do. We don't lose, as you said, we're going backwards, but we're not going to lose sight of what we're doing forward. So we're going to find that sort of balance. That's what it's all about in life.
Yeah. So it was kind of a dark, I would say it kind of went darker. Like I was so bright and magnetic, I would say, in Phoenix and Missouri, back to California. I was kind of going again through like, I feel like a shadowy period of feeling these heavier emotions. And I think I was in that spiritual journey. I feel like you're so almost high that like just on life, not on
high on life. I mean, you found well, you got out.
And so I think when I was feeling lower emotions, like I didn't want, like, it was the struggle because I thought there was something wrong. Like I was doing something wrong.
Well, this is where we're coming out of. We're coming out of what we've been programmed to there, and then we connected to the earth and the universe and the spirit, which we should have because we are spiritual beings, and we're connected to that. And suddenly we've had these experiences. Going rigmarole, walk down the line, and both of us are in that thing. You know what I mean? Let's just we're going to be bloody robots tonight, and then you're finding you're going against it when you go back to that robotic side. If you go full back,
Yeah.
it's balancing, going right. We still got to live in this world, work it out. How do we get closer to that feeling? And that's probably where I'm going with it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think I also just think that we're gonna have the highs and the lows. And I think that it took, I just didn't have that. um I needed to accept after a spiritual awakening that I'm still going to have the waves, and that's okay, and that's normal because I'm trying things and
Yep.
I'm living life, and that's what happens when you live life and things go a different way, and you
You have to let
learn
go of the old to let go
and
of it. There's simple things like letting go of the old and letting go of the old and bringing in
yeah,
the new. I mean, all these bloody statements that we hear when we first jump into this spiritual stuff. We go, okay, this is really good. This is really happy. But when you actually
yeah. It
then
was all
become,
about the pot. I guess I don't know if
yeah,
it's toxic pot, but I was listening to a lot of positive things in the morning, and
that's
it
great.
just
But
kind
that's
of
that's what we
felt.
do. Yeah,
But I also just felt like I needed to just feel it. Like I just needed to get that through, and um yeah, and in that also um so to kind of I felt this low. I was in a lower place. I felt, but I wanted to, going back to my job, I wanted to have something to look forward to. So I did this ballroom dancing, which I started in Phoenix
I saw
also.
the
So
videos. That was cool. Yeah, it's good. I've
yeah,
done
which,
that. I've done the dancing. It's part. I think it's part of a spiritual thing. Just like get movement is very important. Like whether it be
oh
yoga
my
or dancing. I
gosh,
mean, ballroom dancing.
totally.
It's a great bloody thing, mate.
Well, yeah, and I went to it because of my difficulties with relationships. I thought like I would like to learn how to dance with a partner, and I felt like relating to them in a an arena of with dance would kind of help me like think about the other person more. And I don't know, I just felt like a new way of, because I'd like dance, but you're always like, I'd always dance alone. So used to dancing by myself that I was like, okay, let's try this. So that's kind of where my uh, a lot of my extra or my free time was was like figuring out this world, because it was a new world. Like ballroom's like a whole world in itself. And so yeah, so I did a lot of that. But I uh yeah, also learned more relational things, like
What'd you learn?
don't well, I
What
learned
was,
like
what was the key point?
don't assume people are your, like I don't need to be friends with everybody, and people that are in, so I thought people that maybe were in these fields like yoga teachers, dancers, kind of that I just seem like, it just to me feels like I would have to be in a good
Hey,
heart, like good with
yeah,
my heart to
good
be
heart
in
space.
that realm.
Yep.
But that is not true.
No, but I
Like
know
you
where you're
can
going.
have people that are like, that still have a lot of darkness in them and don't have good intentions necessarily, um, be in these places. So again, being that I like to see people in their good lights, I have to move slower and let people show me who they are through their actions before I'm like,
Instead
let's
of
be
jumping in.
friends.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, like, but the funny thing is, just in like, like I used to do that, and with relationships, whether it be, girlfriend, boyfriend type stuff, or even friendships, you,
Yeah.
you drop your
Yeah.
guard pretty quickly because of the shadow work, because of the lack of security, lack of self-esteem, all those kind of things, lack of emotion, lack of physical touch,
Yeah.
scarcity, all that shit that we've got put through. But I found I know I want to ask you, because I mean you're a prime candidate to answer this question. In the last few years, I've just connected with people instantly, and it's just like
Mhm.
this instant happiness. You and me, we connected straight up, right? And that's a
Yeah.
bit
Oh
of,
yeah. Yeah.
but I'm talking about because we're on the same plane, right? We're running the same course, Diana, Jackie, Solomon, Luna, all those, all of them, Cortez, we just click. All of us are just clicked. Now, anyone on the 3D, in the 3D plane, have you clicked with people? Have you just clicked with some people? Like, you've just gone, I can read this energy pretty well, because I know myself, I've clicked with about 4 or 5 people, and we've just become good friends without even, we don't know a lot about each other in a lot of ways, but we know each other spiritually. You know what? Does that make
sense?
Just
I
know what I mean?
So I think it was interesting because I totally know, like, I've clicked since I've been, like, not a ton of people in my physical reality, I would say, like, that I see, but I definitely have made,
let's go write these things
just
down.
like, and like, that a friend that I just it's just so easy to be around and be yourself and feel like free, I think, is what it is. You feel free with those people.
I'm just writing down some of these notes, because I think it's interesting that a lot of people, like, I got told. Now, do you get told you trust too easily? I'm looking at a mirror here.
I don't know. I don't know if someone has told me that, but that's what I figured that out with my
you're too white. You're too
that
white.
I like that I see, like, I want
see
to
the good of everything.
see the light in everyone, and because everybody does have some light, right? Like, but
they all do, but they're on their own journey. But what I'm saying is, and I did the same thing. I reckon you're in the same boat, because you're just a happy, vibrant person, but you haven't changed since day one. But you've definitely got a different light now that you've actually looked into yourself. Like, I'm only reason I'm saying that, because I've done the same thing, especially in the last 3 or 4 months.
So I feel like the people, it's like, oh, some people want to actually just control me. Right? Like, that's what I feel. I feel like there's the people that are open to me being however, and I'm allowing them to be what they want to be. There's freedom in conversation, there's freedom in,
but they suck the life out of us. I've noticed that those people, and they're running their own journey now, ladies and gentlemen, running your own journey, but still, you got to. I think the hardest thing is for white lighters, especially, well, I'll call it white lighters because I love Charmed, is setting boundaries. How's your boundary setting going? Mine aren't too bad. Mine aren't too bad the last couple of months, because I've just going.
Like, no boundaries.
No, I've got a boundary, but I just basically set my boundaries, actually assessing and stepping and going, because you used to react angrily, and used to, because you're living in your shadow, you know what I mean, or you don't say anything, and then you go out of balance because you're angry and stuff. You just sit back and look at the situation, and go, is it really worth it? You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I've gotten better. Like, like, if I'm just not willing now to, I think I've just gotten better at detecting, like, okay, this person would just suck my energy. like, and I don't need to stay. I can just step away, and I'm okay if you don't like me, and I'm okay if we disagree.
Has that changed? Has that view changed in the last 2 years? Meaning you've got to this view now. Right? You obviously how long did it take you to get to that view? Did you wake up one morning? Because I was sort of the same thing, where you don't have to agree with anything, but you can respect the person who comes into your life. You can let them as much as you want. And I think what we do is we let them in too much, because we're trying to satisfy some bloody shit that happened when we were kids. And I noticed that. That's what it is, eh?
I've definitely been much more cautious about getting too close, but I still think that I would, like I said, that it was hard to set boundaries when I am assuming that everyone has good intentions from the very beginning. And I'd like to think that they're all, like, good people,
we all do.
Right? Like, what? But I still, so the very beginning, I'm learning that I need to have a bit more of a boundary, so that people understand it's gonna take a little time, and then I'll see who's worth the effort, like, that who's putting in effort.
Exactly. No,
he's
exactly right. I think the big thing, And what you've discussed the last couple of minutes is basically you've taken up ballroom dancing. You've gone on your trip. The key word is you went on everything for you. And we actually found that we're putting ourselves first. And I find myself reclusing a lot and not talking to people. Not that I don't like them, but I was enjoying my own company and going, this is a good version of me. And I think there's a lot of things we'd like to do to get to the vibration that we were on that beautiful journey that we were on. Like you're going on the drive and going, oh, I want to do this. And that vibe was that exciting vibe. Mine was, oh, yeah, great. You know, I'm going on this journey, you know, go to America, go to Canada, go to Japan.
And you just went on this journey, right? This was what you
I just went. Well, this is the funny thing. My best mate, I call him the guru, and you know we've been mates for like 20 odd years, and we have these discussions. And he said, and this is why I'm asking these questions of you, because he basically said this is going to be the making of you. This is it. You've gone through everything in your life, where spiritual awakening, spiritual breakdown, shadow work, twin flame, personal growth, finding out a bit about yourself, learning about all the universal laws, learning about stoic laws, all this other shit, right? That has turned me into the person that I am. And now you're going to go and actually step away from the normal, which you did. And then you actually put that into practice and look at your vibration. See, I can say, so the vibration for us is the same. We're thinking, you know what I mean? Like we went and did this. And it's a big step. I mean, we've, you know, it's a bit easier for us because we've got, you know, no dependence or anything like that. My dependence holder, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like we can actually work on ourselves a bit more, and we're aware of how important it is to do that.
So I don't know where you're at, but I feel like I'm in a place of like, you know, I did all these things and it's like, and how do I give it back to, how do I share it? How do I
was there. I was there. I was
So,
there, and I'm going to tell you my story with that. My big thing was all the content that I'm doing. You need to do more content because you're that good. That's all I'll say to you. I found two things. I was holding back because of the shadow. I was doing all the videos, which was great, but was there any real purpose to it? Yes, there was. But was I still holding back? Yes, I was. Was I supposed to? Maybe. But I think how you get your stuff out, personally, start doing the videos and start engaging like we are right now. This is probably, I've found that also I come into people, well, even friends like yourself, to give them a message. So maybe today is the message for you to, this will be the video that I give to you and you put it up. You need to spread that love and happiness and that smile and that laugh that we have that brings people joy.
And I have to say, like we've talked about it too, how, you know, certain people like you, when we talk, I feel super uplifted, right? Like I feel motivated. I mean,
you're gonna tell your story.
I feel like I'm like, let's do it. You know, conquer the world or something. But like, you know,
absolutely.
and then like noticing that compared to when you are around other people, like it's become very obvious to me that some people are around and they lift you up and other people will definitely not see you, like not see the light in you, and how damaging that is to someone when you're like, I don't care, you know, I don't care if you don't like me or whatever, but there's something that goes on. It takes up mental space or it clouds your vision and it really brings the energy
it drives your vibration down, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it's very interesting. I feel like that whole, like, like the whole narcissistic personality disorder, like all of that, I've just been working a lot with that. So I feel like I'm almost an expert or something. But on it's almost like the psychic. It's like you're feeling people's energy. It's an energy. It's not even, I don't even have to be around you. But if we've already connected energetically. There is some thing going on there that is you just feel it. It's in your mind, and
you need to get your vibe out. You're see, this is the hype, because I consider myself one of the best hype men in Australia, right? Okay, that's just the way I do it. I know what I do. I know what I can do when I get on a mic. I'm a bloody loose cannon. Everyone and people don't know how to take me because I'm a bloody loose cannon. You'd be the same. Yeah, but you'd be the same. You get out there. Hello, how are you? And they go, oh my God. Whereas I would go, hey, how are you? Bloody high five. Here's one of my good friends. Yeah. And I think personally, with what we're all about, is getting that superpower that we've got out. Now they're out meaning when I did it, I did my affirmation cards, which I've done. Shameless plug. Which we'll chat about afterwards.
Let's see those. You made those?
I made those. We'll chat about them off.
Okay,
off
all right.
We'll chat about
it.
We'll chat about.
Some koalas on there. How cute! Awesome. With an Aussie twist. I like that. Okay.
We'll chat about them off air. But we're trying to express where what our life's journey's been, and I think helping people now. Yours. See this, and this is the hardest thing, ladies and gentlemen. We're both, trying to get ourselves to a point where we're helping people. We're helping getting that vibe. She wants that. Jacinta's a great motivator in that way.
Yeah. Can I talk about?
You talk whatever you like.
I was just thinking like through it. Okay, so from when I went back to my old job, I ended up changing to so now I'm teaching ultrasound, right? So I went from just working a hospital to working at a school, and I think I could not have been like able to teach like I am without going through all the stuff that I went through. Like I feel like I truly just want to help the students, and like there's just such a like I think of them as me. There's no like we're equals, and I just don't know if I would have been able to do that before. So you
really become a mentor, like a really, and this could be a start. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Like a guide, right? Like I'm just here to like, you're like a little bit down the line from where I am, but like
you should tell your story. That's what I say to you. We've got about 5 minutes to go on this part. We're going to go to another. We're going to go to the next part because we're going to keep talking. This is great. This is where this is a good question to have for ladies and gentlemen. When you're out there, especially with us, what is the purpose in our life? And you're trying to find that purpose. The purpose is what you love, and I think that vibration is, and this is the answer that Jacinta just gave me. Thank you. The vibration you're at is where you've got is what you're going to give out, and that's why they say do what you love. Do what you love. So maybe you're doing. Bring the wand. Bring
the wand out. Like I bring this wand.
Wear the cowboy hat. There you go. Wear your Calgary cowboy hat
with me. It works so well. That just clears the energy.
And there's your gimmick, and there's your lot of videos. You can call yourself Jacinta the happy wand lady.
Yeah, just like it's amazing. Yeah, like I mean, just people just can't even. And if you're gonna talk shit about my mom, then I already know you're not somebody I want to hang out with.
Well, what's wrong? What's wrong? Well, here we go. We've just given birth to Jacinta's new video channel that she's going to be doing, and her finish is let's get the wand. Let's clear.
Let's clear. Clear
the energy. Clear the energy. Clear. And I think you can call yourself the angel or the whatever here. This is great. Live on the chat with Jay, we're finding people. We help find people's purposes in our lives, and
but, you're just bringing it out. You just bring it out more. That's what you do.
You got to be in the right. You got to be in the right frame. As I said, we've had this going. So we're going to go to part 3 because this is too good to keep going. We're going to go. Yeah, she's going. Okay. She loves talking just as much as I do.
I'm like, okay, I'll just.
So, and this is what, just to finish up, guys. This is the whole point about having a chat as well. It's not just to find out about what Jacinta's been doing, but also to give, these chats also help others find themselves. Like, does she made the one thing, and she looked at me with the one thing, and the first thing, I'm the creative person that I am. I said, that's a great gimmick. Do it. That's what you should be doing. You should be spreading. That's how you spread love at the end. She could be waving it at the start, waving at the end. It's about, as we said, look at our vibration has gone up. When we talk about it, talk about our spiritual awakenings, our vibration's up. When we talk about going back to work, you can see the different things there. So part 3 coming up. She's going to go get some water and recharge that wand of hers. And we'll be back with Jacinta. Sorry, Jacinta. I always say Jacinta.
It's all right. It happens.
I do it all the time, even as a school teacher. I'm bloody hopeless. We'll be back very, very soon with part 3, the last part. She's going to talk about her future, what she's going to be doing in the next couple of months, next couple of years, and keeping that smile and smiling and laughing. And we'll just laugh all the time. I think that's what's going to happen. But we'll talk very, very soon.
I love it. Thanks.